welcome to Tuesday. It is another day with Delynn Russell. Today we are, basically it's To Do Tuesday, and on To Do Tuesdays we are recovering from a mistake today that I made last week after I logged out of stream. So yeah, that's where we're at. I'm just going to turn on the monitoring of the music so that this time I can enjoy it along with you, because I could use it. Let's just put it that way. Okay, where is Spotify, audio, what did I call it? I have no idea what I called it. Boop, boop, boop. That'll explain a lot. I'm not hearing it at all. Okay, well, let's just quickly get that added, because we definitely need to have some music going on. Not playing. Why are you not working? Properties. There we go. Took a little while. Now we've got it. Good morning, Fantastic Sherlock Fox, and good morning to Ziptuous, who I see is hiding in the background. Yeah, it's been interesting. Let's go back to live so you guys can see what's going on. There we go. All right. So, let's first shut down the home tag, because I'm going to stay home for now. Off. All right. We still have, there's one over there, and there's one over there. We'll see. So long story made short. Oh, whoops. Hang on a sec. Let me get this stick out of here. Do I still have that? Okay, escape.
Hello?
Area selection browser? No. So I was actually also working on trying to figure out what I was going to do for the weekend. And, I'm actually seeing things.
Hello.
Let's unload that. I don't know. Whatever. We'll deal with that later. It's not important. So I have, thank you, Benson, for being willing to stick around when I started late. But I wanted to show you guys what my oops was. A couple of oopses, I guess. So first off, I was standing on the glass on the weekend, and I got pushed off by phantoms after I logged out with you guys, and I did not log out in game. I got myself sidetracked in real life. So everything went kasplody, and it was all over the place. Obviously I should have picked it up, but I was not here in game to do it. So the me was sitting in the seat, but I was not actually doing anything but AFK in game. So I was wearing a gold helmet and I drowned, and everything else despawned. I haven't the foggiest what it was that I actually was carrying around in my inventory. I meant to take the time this weekend to go and look that up, but yeah, didn't get there. So, in any case, when I came back, it mustn't have been all that long. There was a zombie that was wandering around with basically the gear you see me in now. So the only major difference was he had my elytra, he had my pants, he had my lovely little axe, and he's wearing my gold helmet. My boots, I don't know what happened to those. He didn't get them, so they despawned. Good morning, Marable Jade. How are you this morning? I'm very, very pleased that you could drop by. Yeah, so today we're recovering from the mistake that I made by not logging out. But in any case, saw the zombie, I'm like, oh, this is all good, we'll be fine. Yeah, we can take out the zombie. Then I realized he had all my gear on. So, as I decided, I was on foot, of course, running around the corner. I don't know why I went this way instead of the other way, but more habit, I suppose. And, yeah, right in here, so I got a lovely little bow or whatever. Right in here, I was trying to shoot him, not thinking about the fact that the unenchanted bow does not shoot as far nor give anywhere near as much knockback. And so I then got the lovely little message that I'd been killed with Hastings' axe. Yay! Boo! So I cheesed it. That's where I went from there, you know, cheesing it as some do. And just took out the top gate, just stood back here and pot-shotted the guy. So, yeah. So I've got spare boots and stuff, and one of the things I'm going to do today is we're going to need to go and grab more glass and stuff like that. Well, maybe not. Maybe not the glass. In any case, Thankfully, so it looks like I was probably not carrying the glass, which is a nice relief. So we can always put out some more glass. That's great. Hopefully we'll have enough. Probably going to trade up for some more quartz because I need a ton of that. And probably need to restock fuel supplies. Yep. So we got a few little errands, and that's what To-Do Tuesdays are generally for. It's for the errands. But now that I've said that, I can actually get rid of these waypoints and name. Do this one, and this one, remove, and that one. There we go. So yeah, that was my mistakes. Almost there. Yeah. Oh, you're talking about... Why would you bring that up? Really? So, Fantastic Sherlock Fox is referring to, yeah, I think I'd say, oh, let me back up here to see what I missed. I had a lot of spammy notices at the beginning that I usually skip, and I just wanted to see what I actually missed. Okay, go, Benson, blah, blah, blah. Oh, vacation disaster, yes. Okay. Well, yeah, Fantastic Sherlock Fox got stuck with rescuing us through the thing. Let's see. Commands, let's see if that's gonna... There we go. What's your biggest vacation disaster? Yeah. So, he's not kidding. I'll back it up and take the heat for this, and this really is kind of my fault. So what actually happened, we were on a family vacation to Disney World, and we decided, this is great, we're gonna help, we're gonna have my sister, actually, what was it? Yeah, my brother and his fiance at the time. I should probably eat in-game, well thank you. Yeah, that would explain a lot. I will definitely do so. These are not for consumption though, so I'll grab some at the other building. So thank you very much, Spring Person, welcome aboard. So we decided that we were going to pay for everybody and we were going to go to Disney World. This was fantastic, and we all flew down and stuff. Well, I'm a bit of a nerd, well, as if you hadn't figured that out. And I spotted a couple interesting individuals, but one of them on the airplane just happened to be, those of you who are familiar with Apple, is the Woz. So Steve Wozniak had been sitting in first class. I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool. And I was laughing a little bit because he was playing on a classic Game Boy. Why that particular element sticks in my head, I'm not particularly sure, but in any case, he was playing on his Game Boy and stuff, and I thought, oh, that's just cool. So, I thought, well, maybe I'm wrong, you know, that's how life goes. I'm not right, there's no way. Oops, where's the books? I have books. And so I didn't think about it. And then it turns out we're standing at the luggage carousel, and there's Steve Wozniak again. I was like, oh man, that's just so awesome. Right? Well, so me doing the whole starstruck thing, I went, oh, hun, there's our luggage. So we went and grabbed the luggage that I had thought was ours, and as Fantastic Sherlock Fox pointed out, we got home, we got to the hotel, through the, oops, I don't need this, whatever, I'll put the other one, through the hotel, and we're getting everything settled. It's late, it's like 11:30 at night or whatever, we're headed to bed or something, and Fantastic Sherlock Fox opened the luggage, and he's like, hun, this is not our luggage. I'm like, oh. And I said, really? How can you tell? And he goes, just come look. So I got off the couch and went and looked in the other room, and sure enough, somebody's swimming legs were in there. So, you know how, like, able-bodied people will have mostly just a swimsuit? Well, yeah, this particular person had special prosthetic legs for swimming. Where am I looking for? Okay, gonna go netherite mining pretty soon here. That might be where we're at today. Sword. Okay, this is Book City today, okay. I can't remember what I had on there. My brain's just out to mush this morning. Okay. In any case, yeah, that was the fun of that one. So Fantastic Sherlock Fox got stuck with the whole 9 yards of trying to get hold of people. And apparently the luggage, like the lost luggage counter or whatever, who had our information on our luggage tag, had been trying to phone us, but you know, as you do, after a certain hour, your phone goes to sleep. Okay? And so when your phone goes to sleep, it just mutes everything so that only emergency calls come through. I don't know if they still had the like twice in 3 minutes thing to force to break through, or if that was an earlier model that didn't have that feature when when it went to sleep it just slept. Like maybe that's what it was. I don't recall, but in any case, definitely they were trying to get hold of us and we didn't know. So then of course 11:30 at night we found out, and so Fantastic Sherlock Fox was dealing with a lot of, you know, cabs and stuff to get back to the luggage place at ridiculously wee hours in the morning to exchange, and they weren't going to open it, and yeah, it was just a whole schmoz. Let's see. Ooh, that's an awful one, because that's actually... Like, ours was highly inconvenient. Very, very inconvenient. And, oh, what happened? Okay, give me a sec. Oh, okay. Let's untime out Maribel Jade, if we can. Hammer. No, in spite of me setting it to allow it, for some reason I'm one of the few people on the planet for whom the auto mod stuff does not like an ellipsis. Especially if there's no space between the tail end of the ellipsis and the next word. Still trying to figure out why it does that, because I've tried adding it as a permitted item many, many times, but it just does not actually do that. If anyone can figure out why it does it for some people and not others, as in like, pardon me, some channels and not others, that would be very, very much appreciated. Okay, 1, 2, 3. No. Let's put this, that, and then this one. Oops, not there. This one. Yeah. Yeah, I think if you put the ellipsis and then has a space after it, like this one went straight on into another letter. So you can take a look at Benson's message above. Hers didn't get caught because there was a space between the ellipsis and the G, and yours actually just had mushed it all together. So, but as I said, if I could make it not happen, I really, really would. Where am I here? Okay, so let's see, sweeping edge. I need looting and unbreaking. There we go. That's what I'm thinking of. Okay, it's 2. I don't want 2. Wow. Yeah. So I'm. We actually, yeah, well, I mean, it's kind of funny. I don't know if we would have had a similar issue in terms of, not similar issue, but like being prepared, I guess. I'm one of the products of the looting 2. Seriously, did I actually not have looting 3? Wow. Okay, that would have been interesting. In any case, how many here do I have? Apparently I'm getting 1 unbreaking book at the moment. Sure. Let's put that on... What's this? Fancy Mending Silk Touch. Ooh, and I brought 1 too many mending books. What a waste. That over here. In any case, yeah. I'm one of those people who's a product of being in Girl Guides and now Scouts. So this whole be prepared thing is a bit excessive on my world. My carry-on is actually rather frightening now. And it's not that I haven't learned the backpacker tricks of being able to be carrying just light things. I wish I had learned that. It would be nice. But it certainly, unfortunately, is not the case. So, yeah. Well, see, I don't mind having that's one of the advantages to being a chick. I know it sounds weird, but culturally, we're still generally expected to have a purse with us. I don't know when and where that started, because there was an era where women were generally expected not to carry anything with them, or to hide it in convenient places. But now that we're more or less culturally expected to have a purse with us, and that means that I can hide a lot of the basics that I would need in short term in a bag. And as Fantastic Shock Fox has pointed out, our culture these days is also fairly friendly to credit cards, so if I need stuff, usually you can buy it. But yeah, as far as this whole thing, like, if anything, I'm carrying, a jacket and possibly a sweater on a plane to, like, the middle of Hawaii. It's just, I'm that kind of person. What time is it? Oh, 4, okay. Let's do more book buying. Well, I will say I'm going on a trip in November. Thankfully, or not, first weekend in November. So it's going to be, where did I put that one? There it is. So it's going to be first weekend in November, and we've got, let's make sure I get this right this time. So Unbreaking 3 will need to be here. Okay, I've got that one. Let's put that over there. Okay, so Unbreaking 3 here, and there. So that one's fine. Let's put this in the end so I don't confuse myself totally. There we go. Alright.
We interrupt this program to annoy you and make things generally irritating.
You were actually willing to pay that spring purse. It's actually funny because one of my mods, you can tell I added this row later. One of my mods came up with that one. They initially wanted to troll me pretty well. So they succeeded in trolling me repeatedly, and so I put that one in just for them. But I'm not going to say who, because of course they don't troll me very much anymore, and half the time they're not even here because they've got other things to do, particularly during the day. So yeah, I'm going on a trip in November. That one's fine. We got looting, that's what I'm looking for there. And Unbreaking, and what is the other one I usually put on an axe? Isn't there pickaxe? Isn't there usually 5? Efficiency, Silk Touch, Mending, Unbreaking. Efficiency, Silk Touch, Mending, Unbreaking. Okay. Let's see. Unbreaking, Efficiency, Mending, Silk Touch on that one. Okay. Some of the Python quotes are fun out of context. It's the best bit. Looting 3. Yay, man. Okay, that's gonna be over there. Oh, I needed, right, that's what it was. I needed mending for the shield. Okay. I think that's right. So let's see. Sharp, sweep, mending, unbreaking, looting. Okay. Efficiency, mending, touch, unbreaking. Efficiency, so efficiency, unbreaking. I probably was another one of those. So efficiency, unbreaking 3. Mending, and silk touch for that one. And I think that's it. Okay. Where did my silk touch person go? Quick explanation here. So the ones with doors in front of them, it's that whatever I had actually traded with them for was whatever the price is, and then as I was getting through trading further on in the system, then like this one says Silk Touch, but I traded this person up, and you can see at the bottom I got a Silk Touch for 11, so suddenly this guy was far too expensive. So I just put the doors in the front, and it means that if I ever have a reason to, these are the candidates for a spicy puddle. But I don't really have a whole lot of reason to do that. Okay, Silk Touch on this one, yes. So pushing that one, yes. That's all good. I think we got it, other than just being short on levels, I think. Hello, Chief Tackleberry. Welcome on in. Welcome, welcome. How are you doing today? So we were just discussing off and on that, what is your biggest vacation disaster? So we're talking to Benson, who was telling us about being stuck out in the cold in minus Fahrenheit temperatures as a result of a really strange mix of things. Yeah, we're mentioning that Fantastic Show Fox and I had an adventure where we're due to Delenn being starstruck by Steve Wozniak of Apple history, that we got the wrong luggage, which turned out to have somebody's prosthetic swimming legs in it. And then, what was the third thing?
Hello?
Hello. And I guess third or fourth is that my bot is incredibly pokey this morning, and I don't know why. It's struggling a little bit with the new WebSocket integration. So, and the actual project you're seeing on screen is that I made a boo-boo. Here's put that, if you guys can see the mouse. Yeah, okay. That over in the fish farm, down towards the bottom, last stream on Thursday I had raided out and then got distracted and didn't end up actually locking out my character. So Phantoms pushed me off the little bit of glass I had so far, and my character drowned and lost most of the stuff. But it doesn't look like they lost a whole lot, because the helmet I had been in the ender chest. The pants and the elytra and my named axe were picked up by a zombie, who then proceeded to kill me. So yeah, we're just recovering from that. So these boots are actually from in essence, the Did You Die box. I don't mind dealing with that later. I just wanted to make sure that the weapons and stuff were back. Oh, and the bow is the one I haven't done anything with. Okay, so I need to do that. I'm with the Infinity Bow, people. So yeah, that takes a minute or two to get going. There's a third thing I was mentioning just as I said hello, but I apologize. My thought is completely up to lunch. Okay. Let's see, just making sure okay, power 5 goes on bows. Yeah, that'll work. I know it's ridiculously expensive, so that's not going to be it. I know I can cure zombies. Sorry. For cheaper pricing. Kind of chose not to, and the reason for that... okay, yeah. And the reason for that is that I wanted to work for it, so I wanted to make it so that knock back, that's how I want to make it so actually to put in some sort of effort to actually... Oh, how convenient. Knock back 2. How did that happen? Oh, that's the one that got... yeah. That's the one that got cured. By mistake. That was one that, yeah, I got them all traded up the way I like, and then left the door open, and a zombie wandered in, and you know where that went. So, yeah. Okay, need some more iron. So in any case, I wanted to actually have to put in some effort to be able to trade with people. Because now that I have an iron farm, it's one of those might as well elements. Okay. Punch, knockback. Nope, not mending. Need unbreaking for that one. Could be worse. The other bit is I also keep meaning to, if I wasn't actually doing other things in life and had like an infinite amount of time, nobody does, but if I had an infinite amount of time, then I would, knock back, breaking, shields. I'm trying to remember, do shields get unbreaking as well? But if I did, I'd make myself a map and be like, here's the guy that does whatever it is. So I have a lot of things that these guys give. I got them to be able to fill in the trading hall, the bookshop, but I never actually remembered to mark what I got from whom. So I have to fix that, and I want to make a map of which guys do what. Like, for example, all these signs up front. So these signs are referencing the suspicious stew. I don't think I'm ever going to use it, but it's kind of fun sometimes to give pranks, or in a pinch, if I only have a little bit of money, then being able to get things that, you know, temporary jump boost or temporary night vision is kind of handy, because I don't actually do a whole lot of spells. Sorry, not spells. Blech. Wrong world. A whole lot of brewing. Let's see. Vacation disaster. Probably a backpack into the Tetons. That's not how to pronounce that for me. Anyways, to reach waters that split into the continental divide. Nice. I got the worst blisters on my feet and was not able to do the last leg to those waters. Haven't backpacked since. I'm very, very sorry to hear that. I can believe it. Yeah, no, I can believe that. I'm trying to get myself slowly, maybe mentally first, into shape to be able to get back into stuff. I know that through scouting I'm going to be given opportunities to backpack. I have a backpack I quite like, even though it's too heavy for proper backpacking. Eventually I'll need another one. It's just that right now I use it when I go to regular standing camp, just so it makes it easy to carry stuff all at once. Surprised you could walk dumpster. Yeah. One of the things I tend to keep misplacing, then finding, etc., etc. Oh, actually, give me a quick sec. Where is there's a tool I'm looking for that I usually use. Games, Minecraft. Is it in the helps folder? Let's build tools. Oh, fiddle. I have a gazillion bookmarks in here because I got distracted, but what? Oh, okay, fine. Google. I have a bazillion bookmarks, partly because I organize my bookmarks, but then Microsoft Edge doesn't play nice with the mobile bookmarks on iPhone and iPad, and so they keep interchanging and duplicating and copying each other over, and I just haven't had the opportunity to clean those up. I tried in the past to remove duplicates, and calculator. There we go. Jeepers creepers. No. This is not what I want. Okay, basically, I had it bookmarked, but cannot find the one I want for the... There it is. A Minecraft enchantment calculator, basically. So if I was to say, I will show you guys here pretty quick. Shield. Oh, good. There we go. Alright. So let's just take this off. Fresh. Perfect, okay. So what I'm going to do, add the side, where we hear live. Is it under references? Nope. I should put one there, though. Okay, add. Browser. I just want to show you guys what I'm up to here, so it makes it a little easier. Browser. Okay. Browser. Copy. Okay. Wow, that's, annoyingly in the way. But that's okay, I suppose. Enchantments. Can I please make this one smaller? Wow, that's totally in the way. And it's kind of see-through. That's even weirder. Okay, don't know if you'll be able to see what I can see. Let's try interacting with this one. Very see-through. Yes, very, very see-through. I have no idea why that would be. Let's see. Properties. Can I change that? Background color. 255. I have no idea what's going to happen if I do this. Okay. Oh, there we go. All right. So, what I'm doing here, let's go back out of studio mode so I can have a rough idea what you guys are seeing. Okay, more or less. Oops, just move up a little bit. All right. So, for example, if I'm starting with the shield here, okay. Oops, not that one. Let's get out of the road. Okay, so I'm going to put the shield in. I'm going to choose this one. I'm going to choose a shield. Come on. Oh, it doesn't like pull downs. Okay. Fine. We'll do it in the browser. So if I choose a shield. Okay. Oh, no, it's not going to. Did it actually show what I'm showing? No. Anyways, the point to this whole thing. Let's just go. We're going to turn this into a window instead. Application window capture. Sure. I don't care. Okay, Twitch overlay what I want. Why is it not? There we go. We'll do that instead. Okay. So, the point that I'm trying to make here. So if I go in and I put in shield, and then say I want to put mending on it, and I want to put breaking on it, it's going to tell me the cheapest way to do that is if I do the shield with mending. I didn't end up buying it unbreaking, so, and I don't want unbreaking 2, I want 3, but that's neither here or there. Okay, so if I put the unbreaking or the mending on it first, it costs 2, and then where did I put? Oh, I don't own enough for the unbreaking, right? Okay, well that's better than kicking the pants, so I'll leave that there for now. So if I was to head over to, let's start with, let's do the diamond pick, only needs unbreaking 3, so I'm just going to do that and see how much it's going to cost, because it's more than I've got. Alrighty then. So then, let's just go over here for now. Seriously, dude, that's not going to be enough. Alright, so then we're into this back and forth business. Now, it's a bit of a pain for you guys to watch, but for me it's a little more satisfying simply because I feel like I've actually had to put in some sort of effort, even if it's the to and fro portion. That's part of why these are all manual, just because I don't need them for a whole lot. And then why the farms are manual, because once I've got the traders up to where I needed them, I generally don't need the farms anymore. But it felt like I was actually doing something. I mean, there's the cocoa bean quote-unquote farm. As for auto food, you know, I've got chicken there, and I've got feathers down there, and excess feathers end up going over there, so I don't worry about that either. Bamboo, for the next one, I would actually be quite happy, because this is very backed up and full and whatever, because both chests are full, and all 3 of those are full. I like scaffolding, but I don't like scaffolding that much. You know? Like, right now, the majority of this, the bamboo and melon farm, despawns because the stuff on the backside is full, even though it's being turned into bone meal. I've got a double chest full of bone meal waiting for me to turn it into blocks, which is part of the, you know, to-do business, but I want to do the recovery bit first. Okay, where are we here? Oh! Wonder who it tried to shut out. That's weird. Action cubes. Oh, well, that was supposed to be disabled anyways, so that's fine. Don't enable that one. Settings, timed actions. Okay. I don't know why that was the case. We have a queue that's just taking forever and a day. Queues, which one's this? I love it. Actions. Clear. Well, cross our fingers. Why are you? Pause. Block. Clear. Pending actions. I don't know. I got some weird stuff going on. So, no worries. Anyways, long story made short. So that was the mending for the shield. Where are we here? Okay. I was turning these into these. Oops. These into those. Okay. So anyways, it made me feel like I had some effort. Initially, you're going to probably laugh here, but initially, the quote-unquote effort involved as I was starting the farm here. Not farm, sorry, the trading hall here. All of the iron I needed at the time was available from just cleaning out the golems that kept showing up in here during the building process. So some of these lanterns are strategically placed in such a way that the golems can't travel through very well. Welcome in, Lord Snarl. Raid, raid, raid! Hello! Hello! Good to see you.
And there was much rejoicing.
Yay! Yes, always good to see you. So, for those of you that don't know me, my name is Delenn Russell, and I do a myriad of different things on here. Relatively small streamer. We sometimes run the stream starts on DST, but that's not Daylight Savings Time. That's actually Delenn Standard Time, which is anything but standard. But also, Delenn makes mistakes. I mean, who doesn't sometimes? But in any case, so I had forgotten to log out and had Thanos push me off the glass where I had logged out on Thursday, so we died, and some of the backup gear I had was actually quite nice, and some of it, the original gear was on a zombie, so I was able to get my stuff back. We'll just forget about the death that happened in between, due to my own weapons. But in any case, so I'm back just topping up the tail end of, shouldn't say the tail end, the weapons that need fixing. I'm actually trying to figure out which ones are priority on here for me to actually get, because a lot of it's a matter of the levels, and I'm just going to do what I can with this particular round, and then we'll take a quick run to the Ender. I've got a sound muffler, so hopefully we can actually get the sound just to back off and let us be, but I just figured if I can get, what was I needed, 34? Oh, I need the Unbreaking 3, that's it. So I wanted to make sure I actually had bought all the books I needed before I ran off to the Ender. Where did I put that one? Unbreaking 3, I know it's got it. Is it down at this end? Nope. There it is. So that's what we're up to today. Good, the shoutout actually worked. Yay! Everybody today is here, actually. I've been having some oddball, sleepless nights of late, and I don't quite understand why. But beyond that, I think everything's okay. So yeah, we were talking about strange holidays, strange adventures, and mentioning that B Silver B was talking about having the worst blisters of her life after a hike to a very famous location, and unfortunately she was not able to actually get there at the end due to injured feet, which really stinks. So, and I was just mentioning that I have a blister kit that I am I'm usually very good at keeping it with me. Unfortunately, the last few trips I couldn't find it. I didn't know where it was, and it turns out, with COVID and all, I had not been dancing as much as I used to, and so I had not been able to, what's the word? like I'd not used my dance bag in a while. So then digging around in the closet, of course, Murphy's Law, you go and you finally find the dance shoes. And that's where the blister kit had been hiding out. So, yeah. I'm going, yay, excited, going to a dance convention at the end of the month. Or, well, for me it feels at the end of the month. Truthfully, it's actually, which one is this? It's actually, like, the first weekend of next month. It's just October feels so incredibly busy that it doesn't really feel like October's over until you're actually well and truly into the November calendar. Alrighty. Oh, what am I doing? Okay, let's just... Do I have the waypoint to... Not the desert today. I'm gonna need that later. End portal. There we go. On. Dark purple. Okay. Which way is the dark purple? Over there. Keep forgetting I can do this. You know, wearing a elytra and walking on foot or taking the train. End portal? Okay, good. End portal. Excellent. So yeah, that's my thing is, I keep thinking I should probably, you know, consider duplicating my, my blister bag, but it's one of those things you seriously hope in every case it's never going to happen, and what's the point of buying twice the stuff if you're never going to use it, etc., right? Okay, don't think I need anything. Half the time that did you set your spawn sign was for me. Others have had the same issue, but yeah, sometimes it's me. Okay, once I'm here, is that the one? No. There. Oh, that's the shulker farm. I don't want that. No, its freight restriction is south. Okay. Oh, duh. Right in here. That makes sense. So yeah, that's what had happened, is I was being stubborn and didn't want to replace it. Oh. Oh, well, I can't do that. My torches are the ones that had gone AWOL, so that's not going to happen to fix that. Okay. I'm always misplacing where the place is here, so I'm just going to pause, just add a new waypoint, and let's go Ender. There we go. Let's see. Turn that off. Close. Yeah. Alright, so in any case, where were we here conversationally? Oh, yes. So, I mean, I would like to get back into backpacking. I know my kids are going to need it through scouting, and yes, they can go on their own, but my theory on that one has been if we don't have at least one... If we don't have at least one parent in the house who does that activity, then the kids are going to not want to do it either. And it's a great experience for them. Okay, it's going this one. Recent. Ender. Let's just mute. Hurt. Screaming. I can't stare or teleport here, so I don't care. That. Okay. What's this? The garbage can is not so garbage canny at the moment, so there's something a little bit sideways about that. That explains a lot, that somebody's not had a great day here. Okay, so I'm going to use their looting sword. Well, that's one way to have it happen. Alright, so that suggests that we are on to the very brief Lego for 5 minutes, yep. And if... I think, which page am I on? 66, okay. So you can see I've changed directions and changed angles. I did a long build on Friday, and the long build. Oh, okay. Well, that's interesting. So the long build was great, but it moved everything around, and I'm still working out the kinks of how I want it to set up afterwards. And longer term, the goal will be less of me involved. But in any case. So what I usually do during this segment is the 5 minutes. So if you need to stretch, go for a water break, whatever. Okay, so then interact with... Oops, let's stop that. That's not correct. Instructions. Interact, there we go. We need 66. And we present. Normally I don't show that. I usually go to the Be Right Back screen first, but for some reason I just forgot today. Okay, so... we're on to that stuff. So we've got this box, we've got an edge. I think that's where we left off the last time. So I just need to stick on a couple of the long strips. 1 and 2. Scroll that. Okay, let's get that going again. Oop. There we go, a little better. Alright, so this is the section where people usually can go, as I say, stretch, take a break, you can hit the washroom, do your thing, whatever it is you've got to do, and then when that expires, we can head back to the server. I just use it as a bit of a breather during server reboots, and I quite enjoy it, actually. There will be another community points piece coming up to see if people want another long frame Lego build. I should have started that today, but did not remember to do so before we started. So it'll be available during this evening's bingo stream, but I don't know, like there won't be any pauses for Lego builds in that one. So yeah, just putting that out there. Next one up on the docket, if we get this completed, my goal at that point would be doing a long Lego stream pretty close to my birthday. I don't know if it'll be on that day because I usually have other things to do, but we'll have to see how that works out. Right. My birthday, the reason I want to do it right on my birthday is because it's usually Armistice Day or Remembrance Day, or I don't know what you call it in your country, wherever you guys may be. So we usually have memorial services to attend that day, often with our scout group. So I don't know what's going on this year, as in who's doing what or if we're going to do that, but it does pose a challenge for getting a good streaming slot in that day. Ooh, wow. So, how do we say it? So, I guess you could say that boils down a little bit to the tell me where you are without telling me where you are. Which part of Europe are we talking about, Spring Purse? That sounds kind of interesting. I know some places do a big march. Ours is usually quite cut down, and we usually have... Yeah. We usually have some smaller ceremonies. I don't even know why I didn't get this one on. Okay. We usually have some smaller ceremonies and stuff, and so we go to those. And then I think the longest that one of the Canadian ones has been, if you include the televised portion in, that comes out of our capital, I think it was 3 hours, but usually the main thing's only an hour. Ah, okay. Yeah. I will say the Netherlands is part of the world that they are especially into remembering that sort of thing and celebrating the positivity that came out of it, particularly at the end. I've heard in recent years that sometimes there are some over there that go a little bit, I guess I would say not overboard, but what's the word? They're very, very appreciative and very, very thankful, and there's some special thanks ceremonies to the Canadians in the past, and I'm not personally versed in a lot of that, but it's just something that I find interesting. Okay, so we've got 2 more of these. Yeah, there are some, derailing in to note B Silver B's comment, there are definitely more Lego kits showing up in the stores. As you say, probably gearing up for Christmas. Also, the lineup for next year has been released, and truthfully, next year also usually equals, some of the end of this year. So I have not been paying too much attention to what's coming out for next year yet. I want to watch some of those videos through with Fantastic Sherlock Fox, because although I'm the fan, it serves him quite well to see the reaction into what actually catches my attention and what I find worth skipping, because 95% of the time he's the purchaser. Yes, actually, funny enough, I haven't seen it commented on in the last few years, but some years, the Canadians in the national ceremony in Ottawa, quite a ways east of me, or sometimes they actually have included the shipped-in flowers. Like they'll actually have someone carry some of the flowers out and put them on the National Memorial. And other years I haven't seen that mentioned, but I will admit, being my birthday, I often do my best to... I usually swing one of two ways. I either sleep in, because, birthday and all that, or else I get up, actually make myself get up at a quote-unquote decent time and get a little fussy about taking part in these sorts of activities. So I'll have to see where my kids' heads are at this year, because sometimes they just don't want to do it. And I have weirdly, there it is. I was going to say I weirdly misplaced a bit, but I have not. Okay, so one last piece for this step, and then we'll head back to Minecraft. This time we'll hit. There we go. Clear the desk. Here. Connect to the server, la 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 la. Alright, so we're back. I left on the click of everybody landing. I don't know what problem with that sounds, so I'm just gonna leave it. But this is a nice, easy way to get enough XP to finish off adding the books and enchantments. Ah, okay. That last fact about the civilian organization, blah, blah, blah. Biggest multi-day, yes. However, I actually years ago got to talk to, I know politics involved here, by the way, or not intended to. It's more of a historic thing. But I got to talk to people for like a Holocaust memorial type thing that they were doing. I think I was in high school at the time or something. Wow, watch it rain in. And we got to talk to a teenager who had actually been on one of the recreations of Force March, and they did it as a backpacking trip. Wow, that was a real eye-opener, just talking to her and hearing about her experiences, teenager to teenager. So that was sort of a unique situation that I never personally want to take part in, but I admire somebody who wants to take the time to do that. Okay, so let's sort of this one. Pickaxe was Unbreaking 3. Oh, fiddle. Shoot. Can I? Yeah, okay. Well, that is going to be a pain in the neck. I forgot to name it while I was there, so that it only cost 1. But no, that would make sense if I actually did that. I'm trying to use my sword, that's not going to help anybody. I need the Ender McSlice face. But, and it's kind of neat. I actually was talking to another lady this weekend, so at Scout training. A lot of people kind of go, yeah, medals and scouting, whatever, nobody really cares. And truth is, we don't, for the most part. I mean, we get them, we're all proud of them for ourselves, and within the circle, of course, it makes sense, right? But but there was one, I'm trying to remember what it was officially called. She was able to tell me, but I can't remember. Anyways, but it was one of those, like, Medal of Honor, Special Services, blah, blah, blah things. And she wears it on her scout uniform, but it looks very much like a military medal with the ribbon and the pin and the coin-shaped medallion. And in her case, it was a life-saving medal because she apparently, I guess was in a parking lot at some point and just coming back for her shopping or whatever, and people were asking if anybody knew first aid or if anybody knew CPR, and she's like, well, I do. And so she went over, and I guess the person had already, they already put them down on the ground and whatever, and had done a lot of the basic clearing things, but the people who were helping that person at the time didn't know what they were doing beyond that. So she actually managed to do, the person's heart had more or less stopped. I guess apparently they knew that was a possibility due to heart issues or whatever, but anyway, she was able to do CPR and actually revive the person, to the point where it wasn't just that their heart started. Apparently a few seconds later they opened their eyes and sat up and wondered if it happened, kind of deal. And so she ended up getting an award for that, and I thought that was pretty cool. But that just goes with the awards won and other things that can be worn anywhere. But yeah, so I don't know if it's true. I keep forgetting to look it up, and I have in past years and can't quite remember. I don't think it's true. But anyways, the story in my family used to be that the year I was born, which was 79, was some sort of UN declared International Year of the Child or something, which, if I remember correctly when I looked it up later, that isn't true. But in any case, so there was that, and then of course being born on Remembrance Day, my mom thought it was all kinds of special. So the other part of it was when I was a kid, my Girl Guide group used to actually go to our local large auditorium place to actually see some pretty cool ceremonies. Now, I need to specify here, there's cool, and then there's ones that actually mean something to you, And long story made short, my beef with a lot of the school ceremony things is that the kids don't get it, right? I know this year, depending on what grade they're in, some of them are getting more of the latest current event news, but most of the remembrance ceremonies, kids just don't get it. They don't understand. They never will. I mean, we have more and more kids now who don't even have the way, saying, oh, well, my grandfather or my great-grandfather or whatever was in such and such war. You just don't get that. I mean, my father-in-law was, but that's not the point. It just, for the vast majority of kids, they don't get that. So they don't have any connection, and for a bunch of them it becomes just something they do, particularly in Canada. We don't see it every day. So it's just... So for me, it's kind of been important to point that out to my kids. And some schools, they just, they sing songs, they show people marching, they show wreaths and yada yada, but you don't get to see worse than that. And I remember one year, one of my principals, I guess, in high school, she had an issue with it as well. And so she borrowed a set of slides from, I can't remember whether it was a library or museum or something, but anyways, and she ended up getting in trouble for what I heard later. In years later, she ended up getting in trouble because apparently she crossed at the time the superintendent's line for what was considered acceptable at that grade level, and yet we had a math teacher who wouldn't go to the ceremonies at the school because he thought they were disrespectful. In terms of, not that we were stomping on things in any negative way, but it's just that so many of the people didn't get it that he wouldn't go. And turned out he had been before he became a teacher, he was an RAF pilot in the Royal Air Force in the UK, and had actually seen some pretty nasty stuff firsthand. I guess apparently he, no, it wasn't a pilot, no, sorry, let me correct that. He was the navigator radio man. And at one point, of course, he had seen some nasty things, so they'd flown over a lot of mess. He'd been in an air base where it had been bombed. A bunch of other nasty stuff. So he really did not like going to the school ceremony. So that's fine. Whatever. but this guy was still sensitive years and years later. I mean, it's an example of sort of, I guess you'd say, harmless PTSD, where just a kid whistling a tune in the back of the class, he would like quickly zone in on that sound, freak out, and like yell at them, and for whistling or tapping. At first, it was funny. Like the kids used to try and whistle little things and see how quiet they could be before he would notice. Also, another kid used to have an issue with kids just tapping their pencils on the desk absentmindedly for just like something to do, and I guess apparently had to do with the fact that on the radio thing he had to always be alert for Morse code. So yeah, one kid, how that came to light actually was he used to get annoyed by it, and we always thought, okay, well he just doesn't like you tapping on the desk, whatever. But a couple of kids, you know how there's like, oh hey, we'll pass notes in class. Well, they thought they would get smart, and they would just tap notes to each other in Morse code on the in the desk tapping. Well, the teacher called them out on it by actually like saying to the entire class what they had actually been typing or tapping to each other, and embarrassing the heck out of them in front of everybody. So yeah, that was the funny part of that side of the story. But he said it was interesting because he developed interesting little habits, like he would save the pits of his cherries and suck on them in class more than once. Usually, I mean, eventually he'd get rid of them, but he used that, and he said because when he's back in the war days, he had to send so much of his pay home to help people make ends meet and stuff, that he couldn't afford chewing gum. So he just got into the sucking on cherry pits because that was something that they could get hold of, and he's just done it ever since. And he says he doesn't know why, but it's a bad habit, and he figures one of these days he was going to need false teeth. But yeah, I mean, the guy was a university professor who was teaching high school math and had written a couple of textbooks and things like that. So it was really cool to know people like that. It's just how they got to be where they were in life. It's not always a pretty story. Wow, that was dark. But anyways, yeah, so rolling it way back to where that came from and relating it to the Lego break we just had. So the goal, or the community goal that I will put out starting this afternoon is, and I'm going to make it shorter than 30 days this time, just because my birthday is far less than 30 days away. And we'll see if we can get that in time. Then we'll go ahead with a long non-stop Lego stream on that day. If not, I'm depending on how the schedule falls. If it's one of my regular scheduled days, I may just do regular whatever is scheduled on that day for the usual length of time and just go with it. So, in other words, you guys may control the content of the schedule for that day. And if there's a reason that it doesn't turn out that day, or we end up ridiculous close and don't make it, then, we can always choose to try again and find all the points and look at it as a, maybe after Christmas thing or something. But I've got Grimmauld Place on the books, which is Harry Potter Lego. And then I've got, if you don't know what Grimmauld Place is, there's not much of a spoiler alert to that, to just say it was a house that belonged to the Blacks at some point. And if you don't know who those are, well, sorry, I can't help you there. Not without too many spoilers. And then I've also got the Hogwarts hospital wing. So Maribel Jade has built that one on her stream in steps, where you pay for another step kind of thing with channel points. And I may do the same, but that's part of why I'm doing the magical trunk build first. It's just to give a larger gap between the two different channels building the same piece. So yeah. I saw a couple of different ones. I'm looking at being able to put the Legos together. So the stuff from 2018, I believe, to 2020 were all sort of one wave of Lego, and they all had a gray roof on them. And for the Hogwarts buildings. But the 2021 and 2022 were a second wave, and they've got a green roof on the Hogwarts buildings. You're supposed to be able to interchange the modules inside the wave years. So, for example, the gray ones all together and the green ones all together, so that you can actually make yourself a Hogwarts castle. But my beef with it has always been, and I think I mentioned on Friday, that that there's different packages, or there's isn't, sorry, not different packages, there's different designs, different ways of doing it, and you just about always need extra parts to make it happen. You know, mountain pieces and so on to decorate the outside. I actually stumbled across last night a couple of different designs where they've either put together all of the stuff from one wave, but it looked like they had actually put together stuff of both waves, just modularized it like from the builds themselves in such a way that they actually got all of the little rooms into one build that actually sat flat on a desk and just showcased all the little rooms rather than having any sort of sensible Hogwarts castle style build. And that one really intrigues me, so I may look into that further because then I don't need to necessarily go the whole diorama, and it would also fit in the space I had to display, because it can sit flat on a shelf a lot easier than needing a whole big 3D table. Okay, so now we've got 68-ish, I guess, levels. I might as well eat while I'm waiting for it to finish. Then we'll just go around the corner and we'll put a bunch of these books into the... Yeah, that garbage can's kinda busted. Wow, it's still raining in. Seriously? Okay, that's it. There we go. Alright, so... I wanted to rename this one because there's a... It's a gift. P-O-I-R-O-T's P-I-C-K-A-X-E-V-3, unfortunately. Borrowed Pickaxe version 3. Okay. What else do we have going on here? Let's go with the shield out of the road to finish that one off. Actually, let's leave it on there. Okay, so, do I have window capture, please? Properties. Find that one. Cool. Properties. Beautiful. Okay, well, the point was that if I was going to do, let's try sword next. Define sword in this, that might actually help. Sword, okay. Ah, you guys can see it, finally! Okay, so, if I'm going to do the sword, and I want it to have, what's it got on it right now? Sharpness 2 and Signature 3, okay, so I didn't upgrade those. 2 and 3, skip that. Did I not get knockback either? Okay, well, that's not gonna work. Let's do that. Mending, Unbreaking 3, Looting, and apparently I have some more steps to add to it later. So then I calculate that, and you can see on the right-hand side that the best option with that is if I put the sword in first, and then I add my looting book. Then I put the sword in there, and I combine it with mending. And then I figure I should put the Unbreaking 3 on it. And that's as far as we brought the books now, because apparently I forgot the rest. Okay, let's add on to that. Let's go to the shovel. Sure, why not? Actually, I don't even need it as badly. Let's try the bow. Oops, wrong here. Bow, please. So, I don't have my flame book. Obviously I need some more stuff. So Infinity, Power 5, and what's the other one I brought? Punch 2. And so in that case, the Infinity to do it cheapest is, let's go with the, oh, I didn't bring that one either. Okay, wrong. Unbreaking 3 and not Infinity. I thought I bought that one. Weird. Because I have some more to do. Okay, so let's recalculate that. So now I figured I should put the Power 5 book on first. Which I didn't bring. What the heck is wrong with me? Okay, what do I have? Punch 2. Yes. Knockback 2. That's a sword thing. That's why I got confused. Okay. And then I guess we just have those two for now. What a waste. Okay, 5 and 3, so... Breaking 3 and punch 2. So, punch 2 first. 4. Oh, wait. Okay. Let's see. So, this one, and I can put knockback on it. 17. Alright. So I'm putting it back down. Deep breath. It's not as bad as last time I was here. Last time I was here, since I didn't have the add-on available for the sound muffling, it was really loud. I'm quite curious to figure out why the trash can doesn't work, but it's not something that I'm versed with building things out over the void. They'll probably put me in the void and then we'd be even worse off than where we are now. Alright. So, being as we don't... It looks like it's a go, but we don't have any art yet, and I'm not even exactly sure who's in which slots. Just throwing it out there on your calendar. Do be alert. There is supposedly a Dagcraft 73 patron server stream weekend. It's in the works. I don't know how soon we're going to know what the answer is. At the moment, I'm signed up for 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern slots on both Saturday and Sunday, and those will clearly be Minecraft. I am not actually doing this kind of silliness, of course. We will have a project ready to go. Building something large out of stone, unless I manage to find a better single block palette type. I know that things need to be textured. I'm not very good at texturing, so I'm just working with the shape to start with. So yeah, it's gonna be something, another large statuesque kind of piece. So hopefully we'll see it. I haven't even figured out yet where I want to put it. I have to do that later this week. So until then, I have a good amount of stone, but if we needed to, we could always prep more. I have a bunch of shulkers, so we'll start with that and just see how far we can get. Alright. So, quick question turn first, just actually for anyone else, our question of the day was, what was your biggest vacation disaster? And, I mean, some of you may not necessarily say it's your absolute biggest, but what's one of the, gut feel things that has happened, either when you went on vacation, or either when you went on vacation, or even if you had sort of a Christmas break from school, or a summer break from school, or where you are, might even be a winter break from school, which is cold enough. What's one of the, I guess, could be a disaster, or even could be something not a full disaster, but something just weird. That would be a good one. I don't think I've ever had a second worst one. I mean, the worst one was definitely the weirdness with Fantastic Sherlock Fox, with prosthetic legs, but I don't think there was a second worst one, maybe? I mean, I suppose you could say maybe when we were headed as a big family to Hawaii before Fantastic Sherlock Fox and I got married. Extended family again and all that jazz. Actually, a lot of the same crew, strangely. And I guess maybe the second one was that we got to the airport and we were trying to get our baggage and whatever. Fantastic Sherlock Fox went off to collect the car from the rental agency, and it was later in the evening because why waste your day and whatever. And they didn't have one. Didn't have one for us. It's like, are you kidding me? Like, how can you, if somebody's booked a vehicle, how can you not have something available for them? I understand when one rents a car, you can get them in like different sizes and stuff, but they just, neither, like, we had 2 vehicles for the party rented, and they didn't have either one of them. So, yeah, Fantastic Shark Fox has been really good at sorting out and doing those mistakes, but we were all just kind of hanging out at the airport going, what do we do now? What do we do now? What is the, like, how do we handle this? And when, you know, when would we be able to get one? And do we decide to go for a cab? Like, it was a lot of that sort of stuff. So there was a lot of waiting, because then there was one spot where I said, oh, well, we can go get one from another location and drive it over here for you to have. Great. Well, how long is that going to take? So we spent a lot of time wandering back and forth in the airport, and that was not the world's most exciting place to be. This particular, we were on, I don't remember what island we were on. I think we were on Maui at that point. And it was not exactly the world's biggest airport. And yeah. Lovely weather. No argument about that. Lovely weather. But it's late at night and it's dark, and you don't want to be walking around in the dark in Hawaii or anywhere else. So, yeah. I guess the other one would be going the opposite direction. My parents and I, when I was younger, we'd taken the grandparents, I think. I can't remember if you ever took the grandparents or not. So not fantastic, pre-Fantastic Sherlock Fox. Whereas no, now my parents are the grandparents. But we had taken, back to, here we go. We had taken people to Hawaii, and we were supposed to be on our way home. And, okay, there we go. So we were on our way home, and there was a mechanical issue with the airplane. So they said, okay, well, you know, you'll be here for a few hours, no big deal. Well, yes, about 4 or 5 hours into having sat on the airplane and not even taxied out of the gate yet, they finally decided to deplane us. So we spent another 3 hours in the airport itself. And then they realized they couldn't get the part, and so they were going to have to, they had to replace a part or something, so they couldn't get it in a short amount of time. So they were going to have to put everybody from the airplane up at a hotel nearby overnight. And we were to stay close to the desk, and because it could be any time. It could even be in the middle of the night if they got the part. So of course my parents had to take shifts back and forth to see who was going to be hanging out, wandering, walking the hotel, wandering the building in circles, going outside and then walking around the building in circles over and over and over again, to repeatedly keep checking back to see whether or not everything is ready. And they kept saying, well, it's going to be 2 hours from now. Well, it's going to be, another hour. Well, it's going to be, And so the thing was, we didn't get a whole lot of sleep because you couldn't exactly get in your PJs. They kept the luggage. So once they loaded the luggage, they didn't unload the luggage. So whatever you had in your carry-on and so forth was all you had. So we got stuck for 24 hours. I mean, it was at least, on Oahu, so we had nice warm weather and stuff. But the airport hotel wasn't near anything interesting. Like, literally, you walk out, and it could be the middle of a parking lot in between buildings in, downtown LA or something. You just really could not. There wasn't anything to see. It was palm trees. That's it. So, yeah, that was not a happy situation. And giving the airlines, the benefit of the doubt and all that they were probably almost as caught off guard as we were. But once you figure out how long the flight is to bring a part in from wherever it is you're bringing it in, which it turned out to be at least 6 or 7 hours, then probably telling people, by the time you get installed, etc., telling people it's going to be another hour, or it's going to be another 2 hours, is not exactly being honest. And it makes people really grumpy, and yeah. And of course, we had kids, we were kids, so I'm pretty sure it was junior high or something like that, and it was not ideal. Not ideal. So yeah. It's funny because I don't know why my parents keep going back there. My dad's mother used to do that too. I think she's been to Hawaii 8 times or something, 8 or 9 times. And my parents have been, I know I've been 3 times at least, possibly 4, I think. But my parents seem to have one or 2 places they go. They either go to Disney World in Florida, or they go to Hawaii, are sort of their 2 major vacation locations. And they've done some, what do you call it? Cruises and stuff, but my dad's gotten to a point now that he's in his mid-70s that he wants to take the local city with him everywhere he goes, so if it's not something that's like at home, he doesn't want to go. Which is a bit of a pain. So even if it's like... Even if you're going to somewhere like Hawaii, he will go to Hawaii, but he will not go to like Fiji or some of the other Polynesian places because he likes the American fusion food, which is basically just you serve American food just like you get, almost just like you get at home, and you throw pineapple on it and you call it tropical food. Like he just the last where we took grandparents and stuff, he went to Mass Luau. And he ate everything that would be remotely remotely like my home city here, but wouldn't touch the majority of the stuff that was tropical adventurous to be enjoyed. And the little he did, he's like, no, this just doesn't taste right because it's not what you expect, because it's not your home food. So I'm kind of glad that I don't travel with him anymore because he can be a little bit of a brat. My mom actually now sometimes will travel with other friends rather than my dad, because she likes to travel and do things and see places and stuff. So she'll go with her sister and her brother and stuff like that. Okay. I'm grabbing a bunch of extra XP to finish off the books we've got here for the shovel, and then of course have to head home because I don't know the rest of the books. We'll see how much this takes. Shovel. Okay, so what do we have? We have mending. We do have Unbreaking 3. We do have Silk Touch. It's already an Efficiency 2, which is fine because I have a habit of making things worse. And I don't need Fortune on a shovel. I just always thought that was kind of weird. So if I actually calculate that, it should take me 13 levels for what we've got, and I've purposely picked at 52, so we've got a few more. Okay, first up, shovel with Silk Touch, shovel with mending, and then take that, put on Unbreaking 3, and I'm going to name this Japs Shovel V2. That's a reference to Agatha Christie's Hercule Poirot. The policeman from Scotland Yard is an Inspector Japp, J-A-P-P, and he's sort of the annoying dog on a bone type. Okay, what do we got? So 31, is that going to be enough for everything else? Let's just double check. Okay, so the bow. What do I not have on here? I want to put flame, and I want to put infinity. Punch Unbreaking. Oh, I want to put power. Punch and Unbreaking is what I've got. Yeah, okay, so calculate that. It's going to take me 15 levels, so I'm just writing that down. So that's half of what we already have. So if the other one, if anything else takes more than a grand total of 16, then I need to grab a few more levels before we're out of here. Okay, so this is named, this is named, this is named. That was never named. I think I've got everything I want on the sword. Just gonna see, double check the sword. Okay, so I don't want Bane. Oh, I got Sharpness 2. I want to make it 5, so I'll do that later. I think I've got everything I want on a low end, so let's leave it there. What am I missing? Okay, so the bow, shovel has Unbreaking, Efficiency, Silk Touch, and Mending. Unbreaking, Efficiency, Silk Touch, and Mending. These are just not the levels I want. So if I was to put shovel, which one's this? If I was going to bring it up to Efficiency 5, that would take another 5 levels. Okay. And the sword, back to the sword again. Last one. Come on. There it is, sword. Okay, so I need to bring sharpness up to 5. Sweeping Edge I'm okay with. Looting, Mending, then Knockback 2. I think that's it, actually. I don't want Fire Aspect on it. I think that's it, actually. So let's see, Sharpness 2. And I may not be able to get that one on there anyways, but we'll just see. So, calculate. I just need another 5. Okay. Oh, wait a minute. Can't do that. That's not only 5. That is... Sharpness 2, 3, Looting, Mending... Okay. That's not gonna work. I have to do it the other way around. We're looking at a lot. Because I keep forgetting you can't say what's already on your sword. That's gonna make it cost so much. Yeah, of course it'll be 5, but if I have to do anything to this at all, then it's gonna be more. Let's see, we've got Mending, Unbreaking, Sharpness 5, Sweeping Edge 3. Okay, close enough. So I can probably... Whose sword is this? Okay, Ender McSlicer Face has got to go back here. And that way... It's just... No, not H. I want... Did I put G? F. There we go. So if I just... Oh, hitting things with my rocket's not gonna help anybody. Come back here. Figure I might as well mend up everything while I'm here as well. And I'm gonna grab a lot of extras. Okay, let's get a stupid amount and then get out of here, and it won't be enough, but at least we can get the tail end of it with trading up the iron. And we'll go grab some of that glass and finish out by placing some more of that glass. So this evening's going to be bingo. What I'm probably going to do is, rather than trying to go for blackout, I think what I'm going to do is look at having one set time length stop, or more accurately, a stop time on the clock. Not the timer, but the actual clock, so the quicker I start the stream, the better. And that way, we'll just get as far as we can. I'm not going to get blackout in that spot, but we'll just see if I can get a personal best in how far I get. And then, that way we guarantee 2 different cards, and it also means that I'm not pushing and pushing and pushing for a blackout that I may or may not actually get. And that means that we're looking at nothing more than an hour per card. Allows people to drop in, drop out, you know. It's more exciting for all. It's still going to be fairly casual and fairly chill, because that's just more my style. I understand why the Slicer McWhatever does not have looting on it. I totally get it. Come on. I'm just curious what this one has. Just to compare. Mending, Unbreaking, Sharpness, and Sweeping. Okay. Mending, so we got Mending, Unbreaking, Sharpness, and Sweeping. Alright. And what does this one have? Okay, so it's the same. There we go. So switch these two and go for over to this Ender. Okay. That's my own darn fault for putting too many enchantments on and then trying to use my own sword. Let's get that. Come on. Do. You know, it's interesting, but one of the things I would love to be able to do with a place like this is, and Mojang is not listening, but I seriously wish they were, is, it would be nice if we could actually store XP, not on your person, but like as in put it into Bottles of Enchanting. So that, you know, we could find a way to redstone-wise have something like an Ender or similar. And then it would just take, like, but it would acknowledge as though somebody hit it. Or even if you have to do it yourself. But then fill up Bottles of Enchanting so that you could actually just take a whole bunch of them home. This is kind of a pain. And this is where I'm going to stop. As soon as the rain stops, I'm out of here. So that means Mimic Slice Face can go that way. Here. Alright, we're out. We're out. Alrighty, and back up we go. I did try to fly this once, and I overshot. I mean, I didn't manage to end up in the void or anything like that, but I did overshoot the space, so I just figured, okay, it's probably just safer for me to walk it. Alright, let's get out of here. Things are not in the order I expect. There we go. This and that and this. There we go. Alright. Let's head home. And this time, I'm hoping I will remember. Is it desert? No. Portal. Okay, so my portal above. Portal below will become useful when I go for netherite, but that's probably not today. Thursday is usually labeled as build and chill, and we will be probably either laying more glass for this never-ending fish farm, or more likely we will probably be doing some flooring and walls and lighting and stuff for the inside of the church. Because once I get the flooring done, then I can start moving in. Okay, let's get this out of my hands. Pardon me. Yay. Which just occurred to me. Let's just make a box of... Oops. Just make a box of random bits. Okay, so this one... And the heads can go there. That cleans up the mess quite nicely. Oops. Except for the ones I'm carrying, for no reason I can fathom. Go. Thank you. Okay, so what was it we were missing? I think the sword had everything I wanted, did it? Oh, I had sharpness up. Yeah, sharpness up. Okay, well, let's not worry about that. Bow was missing. Punch and unbreaking. So let's go back to the bow. I want flame, infinity, power. Okay, so let's see if I can find that. Power I thought I bought from you. I guess I didn't. Where did I see flame? I saw a flame. There's infinity. And where's flame? Come on, I want fiery burning things, please. No. Oak touch, blah blah blah. Nope. Come on. Oh, there you go. Flame. You were one of the ones that got fixed, are you? This for the cost of a book. Yep, you are. 1 and 1. Okay. And then that's the bow. What was I missing? Oh, right. I don't want sharpness on that one. Where did sharpness go? Sleeping edge, featherfall, blah blah blah. Looting, infinity. I had sharpness, didn't I? Could have sworn I did. Fortune, protection, sharpness. 3, no. It's not it. 5, thank you. Oh, no, no way. Sorry, buddy, I need to shop. Okay, efficiency, 5, 2. So 2 efficiencies. And that's it. Oh, no books. That could be a problem. Let's do efficiency on the there we go. Axe. Hello. This one. Alright. Bow needs fixing first. Okay, so we put in the bow. Now, the bow needs... Okay, that. The bow with flame. Flame. And then... bow with infinity. And then bow with power. Okay.
Hello?
Hello, welcome aboard. Good to see you. Mistakes were made. Yes, yellow. So, mistakes were made being that, I'll just pull up the map here. So we have, let's go daytime. We have the fish farm. I logged out on Thursday standing just to the northeast of the fish farm. Actually, let me correct that. I didn't log out. I raided out last week when I was standing there. And then got busy with some real life stuff. Actually registering for my dance event. But, and then I went, oh, phooey, I didn't log out. Let's go back to the game. Yeah, well, I was greeted by the, you have drowned. I'm going, how did I drown? So apparently I had been pushed off by some phantoms. And then after that, the phantoms, I drowned in, oh, really? I drowned in the water, of course. And then I, in the process of getting back some of the pieces that a zombie had, I got killed by my own axe, which was not pleasant. Yeah, so that's the story. Getting killed by my own axe was not fun. Are you a bookshelf guy? No, you're not my bookshelf guy. Are you my bookshelf guy? Yes. There we go. No, don't do that. So in any case, that's the way the cookie crumbles, I suppose. I just found the efficiency thing, and then I just promptly forgot where I left it. Where is... Lure? Multi-shot? Efficiency. So, yeah. That's what happened. So that's where the mistakes are made recovering from. Is I had actually had some issues with that. So, yeah, we've been to the Ender, and stuff. People are saying, well, you needed to have an AFK spot. Well, I wasn't intending to be AFK. Yeah, I really was not intending to go AFK. I actually was intending just to raid out. I was intending to just simply raid out, and that was that. You know, raid out and disconnect, right? And I forgot the latter part of that, the whole disconnect bit. So it is what it is. I noticed we haven't had one of these today, so I'm just gonna go with it. And get one of those. Haven't had any champion fights yet. Now, apparently you can get stuck on the stairs. That's interesting. We have a fight between, looks like it's Yellow and Fantastic Sherlock Fox at the moment. If you want to be involved, it's free. Just type join, ! Join. This is not like the heists that you may have seen in other channels. There's no points or anything to that effect. It's just who is the champion of the hill for bragging rights purposes. We're getting close to the end of the fight as well as the end of the stream. Just as things wrap up there, I will just mention that, yeah, I'm going to be back at 7 p.m. Eastern tonight, and we're going to be doing a Minecraft Java Minecraft bingo run with a set timer on it, and we're just going to see how far I can get in that set timer, see how many of the basic lines I can get in there, if any. And we'll try and not totally get ourselves destroyed. See if I can avoid the silly deaths. That's usually what beats me. Where is it? But the other thing I was going to mention, and I can't remember now. Oh, yeah, about the deaths I had here. When I first got out of the water and realized the zombie had my stuff, I freaked out because the zombie was actually a zombie villager librarian wandering around. So I was quite concerned that I may have left the door open to the book, and that's part of why I was coming around the side, was because I was going to try and make it to the book and see if I had left the gate open. Pardon me. And it turned out I had not, but I didn't end up getting to find that out until after the zombie villager killed me with my own axe. So, a bit embarrassing and all that, but I figured it's one of those things that a lot of players would not bother doing the recovery on stream. They would say, hey, this happened, and I got everything back to normal, and whatever. Now that I've figured out what I'm doing for a plan for the weekend, if there is if there's a community stream going, then I don't need to worry about prep for that this week. So I figured I would just do the repairs on screen because I had to repair stuff, Now let's see if we've got enough to put these last two books on. This one's more important. 36, no. Okay, fine. If you want to be that way. Can I do this one? I can afford that one, alright. So I will off-stream finish up just to get that last book on, so we don't have to worry about that. And then I will probably see you guys this evening. But just before we disappear, let's get this stuff out of my hands. Actually, I'm going to need it. That's not the point. Let's block it. Block. And stuff like this is how I ended up with a ridiculous emerald base to my whatchamacallums. Beacons? Yes, there we go. Dang, dots got you. Ooh. Yeah, it's probably not specifically the dots, to be honest with you. I'm going to bet It's not the dots. We had this conversation earlier. If you put a space right after those 3 dots,
2, 4, 6, 8, everybody hydrate!
Yeah, so if you put 3 dots and then a space before your next word starts, then it won't get you. The ellipsis is allowed. But if you put the 3 dots and then start your word right away, it considers it a link. Thank you very much for the copy. Yeah. So what have we got here? Fantastic Sherlock Fox is my biggest fan. I hope so. I married him. Let's see. I need more coffee. More coffee. And more coffee. Okay, there we go. Yeah, really that's all it is. So it's the whole no links thing. And I don't know why some streams are fussy about those 3 dots quite that way and some aren't. I've yet to figure that out. Okay, so let's just take a quick boo here. Early. Alrighty, so we've hit the top of the hour. I'm just going to switch us over towards the end screen. Today we will be visiting with Gruva. But while I think about it, I'm just going to disconnect so that I don't have an issue. Okay, so I'm just going to start the raid to Gruva and then say my thank yous to everybody. There we go.
Mischief managed.
Alright, the usual spiel is the case. If you are subscribed, you get access to the little hype sheet thing and the little horn hat piece for the logos. If not, feel free to use the ones below with the global emotes in it. And if you need to copy the whole phrase, just remember it's the bit between the between the quotation marks. So thank you to everybody for dropping in. I appreciate Lord Snarl for bringing his crew over for a raid. Thank you very much to Springpurse and Maribel Jade, Chief Tackleberry, B Silver B, Lord Snarl, Yellow, Fantastic Sherlock Fox, and Benson, all for dropping by and helping this be a great place to be and making it wonderful so that I would love to come back and share my time with you again. So give Gruva my best, or our best. I will be over shortly. And, yeah, I will see you guys tonight. Have a good one.
Transfer complete.